All right, so we've dug into the car a little bit. We have a tentative list of what we need, things we know we need, but we're going to need more than that once we start diving in. Things we've ordered so far, we've got an oil pan on the way with some gaskets, and then we got this whole left front knee assembly you can see over here. We just got a whole used assembly because basically everything in the left front's crushed. And it's just an easy way, again, since we're just trying to get this to pass inspection, we're just going with stock parts for now, get it to pass inspection with as little money invested as possible, so then we can hack it all apart and put goodies on it. So working on that. We've got one stock Talladega back there, and the previous owner, Matt, got in contact with, and he's got the other three, and they're in good shape. So hopefully we can get those three here, and then we'll have 4 matching wheels. But we've also got another set of wheels from 1552 for it, and we're just gonna slowly make some progress. So today we're gonna get the front end off. We know we need to replace the core support, the intercooler, the condenser, and the radiator. Maybe a charge pipe, we'll see. But once the oil pan gets in from ECS, we'll throw that in. Then we can run it for a little bit. Right now it's leaking oil, so we don't want to run it too long. But just basically making slow progress. And when we get to the point where it kind of moves around and drives, we'll take it for a drive, make sure. And then we're going to conquer this. This is going to be our hardest part here, is getting this to pass inspection. So we need to pull the headliner out, pull the A-pillar trims out, raise this up with like a porta power hydraulic system, and then we're gonna get a windshield for a template to kind of get it close. As long as it's close, we're good. Our goal again is just to pass inspection, not look nice, and then it's time to rock and roll. Right now, Matt is just pulling the front end part. Core support on these is pretty simple. Just a little square that goes around in between the fender bracing and everything, headlight braces. Basically, the bottom half of that is erased. It is gone from a curb / cliffside / hill or something. So again, just taking this apart, getting all the broken pieces out, and then we'll start replacing with new as they come in.
Off there. Oh, gosh, everything is so dirty. Literally just trying to unplug the headlight.
This is the lock tab. You lift there. It should come apart.
Why did I spend all that time taking the screws out?
It's a new day at the shop. We're working on the Golf R again, and we've been waiting on parts. We got a pile of parts coming in. We got an intercooler here from Unitronic. We got a new tune from Unitronic. Core support, radiator, windshield, mirror, glass, everything's coming together. So this morning we've been just kind of taking apart the cowl, sweeping out all the glass. There's a lot, and just getting it clean so we don't grind ourselves to death while we're working on this. But what we're gonna tackle today, mainly trying to get taken care of, is this big kink right here. So we need to get this lifted back up into position to get this roof in the correct shape. We have a windshield from our friends at Buyers Imports. That is going to be used kind of as a template so we can get this into shape, since we're not professional body guys. The other approach we're gonna take is to just shut this door, which has some junk in the way right now. And since we, again, aren't professionals, we're gonna use this window is intact in here, and it has the shape of what we want this A-pillar to do. So as we get close, we can shut the door, roll the window up, and we'll see the curve. At least that's my horrible idea on how to deal with this. But to push this back up, we have a thing called a porta power, which is a mobile hydraulic kind of press with a bunch of different attachments. They're real handy. We have a basic kit here, but basically you have a huge hydraulic pump. Not huge, small. And you can connect this, basically you pump it like this, and you can connect this hose to different attachments like this ram. So we would attach this here, and then we can put a different foot on it or whatever on the top, like so. And then when this is expanding, we can use that to kind of just like your floor jack to jack your car up. Instead of jacking your car up off the ground, we're pushing from the bottom of the frame up against that A-pillar to push it back in position. So this is going to be our attempt. We'll see how it goes, see how close we can get it. I do have a couple friends that are professional body shop guys that would probably be reluctant to pitch in with us. They'd be embarrassed to be on something like this. But I've talked with one of them already. He's a good friend of mine, and he said he'd pitch in if we ran into issues. But again, our goal, instead of going and buying a used A-pillar, or, I mean, there's places where you can literally just go chop a whole roof and A-pillar, B-pillar, C-pillar, all that off the car, weld it back together. It's not as bad as it seems if you have body shop friends that can help guide you and stuff. You just get to spot welds and drill them out, and it would be a lot of work, but you could really get it close. But since we want to cut this whole roof back off eventually anyway, I would prefer not to. It would be a waste to us, I feel like, to put a new roof on that we're going to cut off next season to replace with a cage. So here's our approach to do it with as little work as possible, which will probably turn into doing more work than would have just been putting a new roof on. So here we go. Keep going. All right, so here's our change so far. That's where it was down here, and now it's. We have these soft bare steel jaw vice grips or channel locks here that are not going to scratch the paint in any way. Okay, don't take notes here. Okay. Oh, dude, that's so pretty. That's definitely not going to have any air leaks whatsoever.
Yeah, definitely so pretty, as you can see inside the car.
The top of your door's always been out. You just put a little block of wood in. Then your block falls out and you smash your fingers.
Yeah. Oh, just like that.
Just like that. That's how it happens. I mean, that's much better.
Dude.
Color a day, man. We're there. All right, let's roll a window. We're very close. We threw a windshield in from buyers. This corner's low, but we're having issues with our porta power leaking. So we have this little gantry guy up here. So our next little trick is we're gonna pull up under here, see if we can just lift it with that, bounce it, and get it high enough, because we're close to getting the windshield in. So this will be the very first time the car's moved under its own power since we've had it. This might work, it might not.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, dang it.
Here we are later, charged up the jump pack, took the stuff off the top. Let's see if she starts now. I don't know what that noise is.
Oh, that's the bumper.
Beautiful. I am trying to get this corner of the windshield higher because it's low. Everything else is good. This corner's low. We're trying a different method here. Oh gosh.
Not the paint. Alright, I gotta go.
Okay.
Answer it.
So anyway, this is a horrible way for us to basically just from about here to here, this corner is sagging down to where all the windshield's resting, but this is the spot that took the biggest hit. So just trying to get this to come up a little bit. This morning the roof was probably here. Just flat, straight across. So we got a little work to do. And then I think we're gonna unbolt the sunroof, take it out, and then we can kind of get down in here, and pry up on some of these spots, see if we can get the sunroof working again. If you looked at this thing, what would you be wondering about?
Why did we buy this?
This was the cheapest Golf R, Mark 6 Golf R in the US. That was a complete-ish car. And by the time we're done, I think it'll still be right around the cheapest. So yesterday we got a windshield in the Golf R. We've been kind of tweaking the roof to get that in shape. And Jay and Jeremy came and took really good care of us on that. Ohio Mobile Glass, if you're in the central Ohio area, check them out. This is definitely not a straightforward install. It's kind of tweaked and out of whack, but they were able to work with us. They took great care of us. We have a windshield from our friends at Buyers Imports.
We have a windshield from our friends at Buyers Imports.
We got a pile of parts in. Unitronic hooked us up with an intercooler. We got a mirror, intercooler, passenger window, radiator, core support, some different things. And basically, we're just going to get Gus his assignments here and see how far he can get slapping this together. The other one got smashed so bad that this fan was eating into.
Okay,
Right.
well, core support time. It's right there. Is it here? Jake?
This one right here. Let's hold it up real quick before we even put anything on, just see what it looks like. It's gonna be pretty smashed. Let's just leave it off. We're getting a bolt started for the core support or the
Do you
bumper.
have a bolt?
Yeah. Only to pass the inspection. That was a fun noise.
Hey Matt, did you just put air in this tire?
Yeah, I did.
We are here at the salvage inspection location, and we're about 30 minutes early. Gonna get the car unloaded. Gus is gonna go in and work his charm and make sure he can get us improved. Right, Gus? Right? Well, here it is. We are at the salvage inspection place. We're about 30 minutes early, and I figured I'd give you just a walk around kind of what we've done with the car. She's obviously pretty beat up. Got some Mad Max stitching, kind of put our bumper back together just to get it through the inspection. Use part of the broken under tray to fill in the gaps. That's a reflector off the ZL1. I'm not sure if I'll need that or not. But she's got some battle scars all over. I think it's turned out pretty cool. We'll get to enjoy it this way for a little while until we figure out our plans for the cage and taking it all out apart. Got some carnage over here. The roof is really the worst part. She's beaten and broken, but put back together now. Looks really nice with a full windshield in it as well. But the interior is really nice. Not really any damage or anything, not worn excessively. And the amazing thing is, no lights on the dash. We got the TPMS, probably because we have 3 different tires mix match, 3 different sets of tires mix match, but front and rear, everything, all intact. Just needs a good cleaning. It's been swept out a few times, but there's still glass dust that really needs wiped out. Got a nice cargo net. We're gonna put her to good use. Check back in with you after the inspection. There it is. Inspection pending. You'll have to forgive the wind noise. And I'm a little upset because they don't put spaces on your temporary tag. It passed. I'm pumped. There's gonna be a space between the cheap and R. But the inspectors loved it. They were cracking up. They had nicknames for it. I honestly can't remember what they are now because I was pretty excited. But they loved it. I explained to them Wookies in the woods, what this car is, why it's a Wookie. The one inspector was trying to make his own Wookie noises and they were horrible. And the other guy was making fun of him. So it was a great experience. We're here in Bucyrus, Ohio. Everybody was very pleasant. And there's a salvage inspection, BMV, and title office all together. So that was a one-stop shop. We've got our temp tag. The actual plate should be here in 7 to 10 days. And we're gonna be rocking this thing at Wookies in the Woods. We'll see you in April.